They're calling it the Baseball Polygamist and Friends. It's one friend, but he's my oldest friend. We've known each other since 1982. Andrew Pfeffer is here with me tonight. We're talking Brewers Mets.
Yeah.
In my opinion, so this is the first time, Andrew and I were just talking about this. This is the first time that I can remember that the Brewers are playing the Mets this late in the season where both teams are in first place.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the standings this morning. If the season were to end right now, the wild card game would be two West teams with the right to play a West team in the divisional playoffs, and then it would be Brewers Mets, and I believe Milwaukee would have home field. So I wanted to get some perspective. Andrew Pfeffer is a Brewers fan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a baseball polygamist. I am a Mets fan who lives in Wisconsin, who, of course, roots for the Brewers. But, as my book stated 12 years ago, I will be rooting for the Mets tonight.
I know I have a copy. It's right over there. Can't really see it from where I'm at, but it's there.
We trust that it's there. Ironically, I don't have a copy of my own book.
Oh.
I should probably at some point hop on eBay or Amazon and
invest.
Get a copy of that.
Yeah.
So Andy, let's just get right to it. Predictions. Tonight, Brandon Woodruff is facing the Mets in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win tonight's game?
I like the Brewers' chances. I mean, they're coming off that hard loss in Pittsburgh to end that streak. And, sometimes you need a little dose of reality when you're working on a 9, 10, 11, game streak. So maybe that'll light a fire under them. They know that the All-Star break is coming up soon. Woodruff has been great this year. And, they've got that momentum from all those wins. So, yeah, I think Brewers are going to win tonight, but boy, I would not bet against Jacob deGrom coming up in Game 2.
I agree with you. I think the Brewers are going to win tonight. I think Woodruff is going to be the Woodruff we've seen all year. I'm going on record right now. I want this to be on record.
Okay.
We're live on YouTube. We've got billions of people watching this right now. And
all over the world.
My fingers were crossed when I said that, so I'm breaking no law. Jacob deGrom is going to no-hit the Brewers tomorrow. That's my prediction. He's going to throw a no-hitter. And then Game 3, I'm going to predict that the Mets win. I have no idea who's pitching for them, but, coming off that no-hitter, and Corbin Burns hasn't really been himself lately. I'm going to stick to the home team is going to take Game 3. What are your thoughts on Game 3? Obviously, there's a lot of unknown.
Yeah.
Game 3.
Yeah, that's a tough one. What kind of shape is Corbin Burns in right now? He's coming off that game against Pittsburgh where he kind of left in a strange manner. And, I hope everything is right. It doesn't seem like it was anything horribly serious. I'm going to cross my fingers and say that it's nothing serious, but that'll be a good way to tell is obviously how he performs in that Game 3. I've got to pick with my heart, because my Brewers are involved, and say that Corbin Burns goes, 7 strong and, maybe scatters maybe 2-3 hits across, and, Williams and Hader slam the door. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah. Brewers.
And that's how I would expect you to go. I think I would say any Brewers fan watching this show right now should and will predict the Brewers are going to win this series. I think my Mets peeps from Mets Extremists and the David Rubins of the world and the Mark Marinellos are going to pick the Mets. Of course, I have a torn heart, if you will, but without reading a 324-page book in like the next 30 seconds. I discovered in 2008, when it was the last season at Shea Stadium, when the Brewers clinched their playoff spot, and I had a house full of family members hugging and crying and happy, I was tapping my foot because I knew the Mets were 3 outs away from not making the playoffs, And I forget who it was.
Was it the Marlins?
Well, it was against the Marlins. Wes Helms hit a big homer in that game, but I forget who the last Met was. I think it was John Francoeur.
Oh.
Made the last out in Shea Stadium. And when I realized the Mets weren't going to the playoffs in the last year at Shea, I realized, like, I wasn't even sad. I was just like, oh, like, my book is over. Like, I'm a Mets fan.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Brewers because my friends love the Brewers and my family loves the Brewers. And I've been to hundreds and hundreds of games. But if I had to choose, it's the Mets. So, like, tonight I'll be rooting for the Mets.
Yeah.
Of course, as soon as the series is over Wednesday, I go back to watching the Brewers and listening to the Mets and hoping they both make it to the playoffs. But, you know, it's going to be a weird October because they've never faced each other in the postseason. My mom has already said, I'll root for the Brewers, you root for the Mets. Well, I need to find some allies. I'm going to create a page on Facebook called Mets Fans in Grafton, Wisconsin. And hopefully there's at least one more.
Right.
And we can get together. But it's going to be bittersweet because Brewers are doing so well. I think right now, the Brewers, you know, because it's a funny year. The Brewers, I believe, are last in all of baseball in batting.
Yep, I've heard that.
And, you know, the Mets pitching right now, like, going into a short series, if any team has to face DeGrom, Stroman, and Walker, and, you know, they're getting Syndergaard back in a month, I'm just really excited, I guess, for both teams. And I've never apologized for being a fan of both teams. It's not like the teams change from year to year. Like, you know, you're not going to see me in 2 days in hockey say, oh, Tampa Bay Lightning, baby. Like, these have been my team since 1984. So it's going to be a fun series for me. We'll do something like this again in September when they're in Milwaukee. And who knows, maybe that law firm of Pfeffer, and Buchholz has one more case in them.
Yeah.
And we see a game this September. So, all right. I might even go live for 5 minutes after the game tonight to just talk about it. So if you're up and want to do it again, let me know.
Okay.
Thanks for everyone for watching. Again, Brewers Mets from Citi Field in about 35 minutes. I want to thank Andrew Pfeffer for being here. Check out Bowling with the Pfeff on YouTube. When's the next show, Andrew?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm working on a guest for this week, just not sure of the day. Right. But then we do have a pretty big show the week after that I'm very excited to reveal soon.
So not going to reveal that now? Not going
to... Can't tell you right now, but right. Yeah, coming up.
Very good. All right, Andrew Pfeffer, thanks for being here.
You bet.
We'll see you guys tonight after the game, and then we're not doing a recap show tonight because the Utopian Cafe kind of does that in the morning now, but we'll get you a write-up at about 11 o'clock tonight. It's all West and South Division teams hosting. But for Andrew Pfeffer, this is Joey Buchholz saying, see you later. Mets Brewers coming up in a half hour.